Welcome to Episode 10 of the Grasp of Erebus podcast series, part of the Devon Prodigy. I'm Sebastian Dax. Today, we're going to explore one of the largest and most important concepts in the series, the infection cell. This immense living structure surrounds our world, influences everything beneath it, and serves as the biological foundation of the conflict between humanity and the shadow realm. So, let's begin. Imagine that each scene before you is another observation window into the true nature of the infection cell surrounding our world. Our journey begins high above Earth. From this distance, the planet appears peaceful, beautiful, untouched, yet hidden beyond ordinary perception. An immense biological lattice wraps around the Earth like a living cocoon. This is far more than an invasion. It is an engineered ecosystem. The infection cell shields the shadow realm from the cleansing power of the sun while feeding the planetary infection and sustaining the creatures that depend upon it. Countless living tendrils descend from that vast shell toward the earth below. These are not random growths. They are conduits, carrying energy, information, and influence. Every pulse moving through them represents another opportunity for the infection to spread, quietly shaping events long before humanity realizes anything is wrong. Beneath the surface, massive organic passages disappear into darkness. These are the arteries of the infection cell. Shadow creatures move through them with purpose, while the cult maintains and protects this living infrastructure. What appears to be mythology is, in reality, an immense logistics network supporting an invasion measured not in days, but in centuries. We see then humanity itself. People continue their daily routines completely unaware that an unseen struggle surrounds them. The infection does not begin with destruction. It begins with influence, fear, division, deception, manipulation. These become fertile ground where the infection quietly establishes itself, one decision at a time, which brings us to the shadow cult. They understand that open conquest would fail. Instead, they preserve the infection cell, recruit new followers, conceal its existence, and exploit every opportunity to strengthen its reach. Every hidden chamber, every ritual, every ancient symbol serves a practical purpose within this planetary system. Now, we witness the shadow creatures themselves. They are not simply monsters wandering a ruined landscape. Each fulfills a specialized role within a much larger biological machine. Herders, forgers, nurses, metabolics, harvesters, and countless others. Together, they function much like the organs of a living body. Remove one function, and the system adapts. Understand the organism as a whole, and its weaknesses begin to emerge. Now consider our sun. It becomes the key to understanding both the infection and its cure. The infection cell exists because it must shield the invading biology from the one force capable of destroying it. The sun becomes both prison and salvation. Energy flowing through the enormous tendrils connect the earth to the solar cell. Life itself is being redirected. The infection feeds upon what should sustain humanity while simultaneously nourishing the shadow ecosystem. Every pulse reminds us that this battle extends beyond cities and battlefields into the very exchange of energy that supports life on Earth. Our next view becomes deeply personal. We watch ordinary families confronting impossible choices, parents protecting their children, friends struggling to understand one another. The planetary conflict ultimately becomes a story of individual decisions. Looking outward once again, the scale becomes almost overwhelming. Entire civilizations could disappear without ever understanding what truly happened. Yet the infection cell also reveals its greatest weakness. Like every living organism, it depends upon balance. Disrupt enough of its vital functions, and the entire structure begins to fail. In our final windows, we glimpse hope. Knowledge replaces fear. Understanding replaces confusion. Humanity begins to recognize that this is not an unstoppable supernatural force, but a system that can be studied, resisted, and ultimately defeated. The same cleansing energy the infection cell has spent millennia avoiding may one day become the catalyst for its collapse. That is why the infection cell represents far more than another enemy. It is the framework through which the entire conflict unfolds, from a frightened child haunted by impossible nightmares to a planetary struggle spanning dimensions, generations, and the future of civilization itself. Every scene you've witnessed is another piece of that larger puzzle, inviting us to look beyond the horror and recognize the extraordinary stakes facing both humanity and our world. I'm Sebastian Dax. Thank you for being here. There's more ahead. Until then, watch your shadow.